today I'm going to be making Roadhog's scrap gun. Now this build is going to be out of EVA foam because I've still got some left over, and to be fair, that's it for materials. Now to start off with, I took reference photos in-game, and again Overwatch is really nice for reference photos because it actually allows you to see the gun weapon models. So I drew a basic set of plans from it. Now these plans are terrible, so my apologies on that. And now just start marking, cutting foam. I've made the front or the barrel of the gun, and I've made the back section. Now these are only two the parts of it. There's going to be another three to go. There's going to be a back section that goes over here and the main handle section, or at least the grip. Now again, these are all going to be stuck together, but this one here I made a box out of the foam, which just 2.5 centimeters worth of stuff, and then cut it out to be that shape. I've then made these two, which are I believe 23 centimeters long each, curved them round on both sides, and then stuck them to the box, then filled in the gap on top, with foam just to make sure it's finished. And the back has just a full width, I think about 60 centimeters worth of the foam netting, so that's the full size of it, and it's about 15 centimeters. Again, that sticks onto the back there. It's going to fit more accurately when it's done. And inside I've just added 2 little posts as such, just to hold it together so it's more flat. There's one of them either end. Now I haven't sealed off this entire front bit because it's not going to be that shape, it's going to be curved to match onto these barrels at the end. But that's going to be later anyway. And on the edges here, to curl them in for the back, I have just cut little triangles in them. That's that triangle I cut out and put them about 2 centimeters apart on either side, and then stuck it together. When I stick it, I stick masking tape over it just because I'm too lazy to sit there holding it by hand for ages. But it does work if you're trying to make something quick. So now next I'm going to, basically this back section is going to be blanked off, and then there's going to be a dome-ish section going over it, which then attaches onto the handle. Okay, at this point I have all the major component pieces for the scrap gun. I've got the barrels there, the main body there, the trigger and the guard, and the little section that goes over the back. Now I'm going to start sticking these together. To do that, I'm going to put a blank plate over this end just to give it an end. Then I'm going to grind that off a little bit, or sand, or go out with a file, whichever happens to it best. Probably end up with a file. Then I'm going to stick this over the top and to the plate. Stick that onto the front, do some aligning work with it as well. Then just stick that onto the bottom, and I have myself a scrap gun. Well, apart from the bits of detailing, which I will show you when I've done them. I've now stuck the main casing of the gun together. As such, I need to do a little bit more work up here to make sure it sticks right. And then I've used a Dremel on it in order to make these vent holes around here. And these, again, little bits of detailing around there and under there, and this little hole. Okay, and that's the scrap gun. So now all I've got to do is add some spikes and the chain to the front of it, and it will be ready to go off to paint. I've now pretty much finished the gun, ready to go. I've got the chain hanging on the front, and the little spikes coming out of it like that, and the sights. Of course, the tape on top is just sticking that bit in place while the glue dries, just to make it a slight bit better. And I've filled in any holes as well. Now before I turn this off to be painted, I'm going to go over it with a hot air gun, just so I can rub all of the hot glue off without it burning me, and then give it a better finish and get rid of all the spider's webs that are left after you've done it. then hopefully it'll be being painted next time. I've now painted the scrap gun. I've done the detailing or the paint on the handle, and most of the body is now yellow with silver barrels. This I didn't respray after it was plasti dipped, so it should still look black, hopefully. Also done some, well, I imagine it's supposed to be ash residue across the top where this thing has been shooting. And this I did coat in plasti dip, then painted it over with silver just to give it all a base colour, which is this bit here, or this colour. Then I painted all the yellow bits with light yellow, which I did by mixing some white in with a darker yellow. Then once that dried, I went in with the original yellow and just brushed up lightly to hopefully give it a graduated effect of dark yellow to light, which it does in the game. I did the back section here just all in black. It's just one coat over of black, and a little bit in there which I did black around inside where I'd cut, just because that's the best way to do it really. That's the best way to give it the black bit that's supposed to be there. And then the section around here, I did the same as that, which is just brushing up with barely any paint on it, just to give it some lines going upwards. And that's pretty much it for the painting. And I finished the scrap gun.